Smith & Wesson just announced something very new and interesting for 2024, the Model 1854. If you haven't caught any of the buzz yet, what makes this model so new and exciting and different is that it's a lever-action rifle, or more correctly, a carbine. Chambered for .44 Magnum, this lever gun is designed and built for serious business. This video is my first look at the Model 1854. I'll introduce you to the new gun and take a close look at the specs and features. I want to thank Smith & Wesson for providing this new Model 1854 to the channel for free so that I can review it and tell you about it. So why the moniker 1854 and why a lever gun? Turns out that Smith & Wesson patented a lever gun called the volcanic lever action way back in the year 1854. One of the goals at Smith & Wesson was to make this lever gun have the feel of their large frame revolvers, such as the iconic Model 29. That's a pretty tall order to fill since Smith's revolver triggers are considered by many to be the benchmark for production perfection. So let's take a walk around this lever gun and review the specs. As mentioned, it's chambered for .44 Magnum, which means that it can also fire .44 special ammo. The barrel is 19.25 inches long. This provides an optimum length to maximize the velocity and provide a clean burn of the .44 Magnum cartridge. Overall length of the gun is 36 inches, and it feels nicely balanced in the hand. I guess it is the new yardstick. The Model 1854 is 1.6 inches wide at the spot where it bulges the most. Empty, it weighs a total of 6.8 pounds. But it feels even lighter when you grab hold of it. Should be easy to carry on long hikes and hunts. The stocks are a black synthetic material, not unlike the M&P semi-auto pistols, with a very similar texture in the grip areas. The rear sight is a ghost ring type made by XS Sights, one of my favorite sight makers. The front sight is a raised blade in matte black with a bright gold bead. Action type is, of course, lever action. Every round is loaded and ejected manually when the operator actuates the lever. This also cocks the hammer for a single shot with each manual cycle. The receiver is forged from 416 stainless steel, and the barrel is 410 stainless steel. Standard capacity of the 1854 is 9+1, with 9 rounds fitting into the tubular magazine and 1 in the chamber. The manual safety is a cross bolt with a hammer block. With the safety on, the hammer can fall, but it does so on a block that prevents contact with the firing pin. MSRP for the Model 1854 that you see here is $1,279. So I got my sample of the Model 1854, and I couldn't wait to get it to the range for some fun and testing, in that order. Unfortunately, Mother Nature, as she often does, had other plans. Back-to-back snowstorms followed by Arctic temperatures that were frigid made it impossible to do any real meaningful range work. But I did force myself to get out to the range and fire the gun at least a few times. I just couldn't bring myself to tell you about it without pulling the trigger on some live rounds first. A more thorough follow-up will be coming soon with all the range action and accuracy testing, but for now, I've got so many details to tell you about. Really needs to be 2 videos anyway. I don't know about you guys, but I love 44 Magnum. I find it appropriate that since Smith & Wesson and Remington worked together way back in the late 40s and 1950s to create that cartridge for the new 44 mag revolver that would eventually become the Model 29, that this lever gun be 44 Magnum. It also tells us something, I think, about the use case that Smith & Wesson had in mind when they developed it. Among many possible uses, it's clear that this is a carbine to take hunting. The Model 1854 is dressed out to be extremely practical everywhere from the range to the field. The forestock has 3 M-lock slots, 2 on each side and 1 on the bottom. That makes it easy to outfit with lights, lasers, sights, and even a bipod. The flat trigger says a couple of things. First, it says that this is not just some retro replica gun. It's meant to be a modern and practical firearm. It also says that the engineers want every shot you take to be consistent and feel the same with that nice clean break no matter where the pad of your finger falls. The large lever ring easily accommodates a gloved hand very nicely. Ask me how I know. Another practical touch. Up top there's Picatinny rail for easy optics mounting, and it's even pre-drilled to accept the Marlin 1894 hole pattern for scope mounts. Rifling is 1 turn in 20 inches with a right-hand twist and 8 grooves. Sling mounts are built in, demonstrating again that this lever gun is built for work. Out front, the barrel is threaded with industry standard 11/16 by 24 threads covered with a smooth barrel matching protector. The gun's loaded via a side gate just below the ejection port of the receiver. The rounds go into the tubular magazine, which is capable of holding 9. The tube magazine can be removed for easy and safe unloading of the gun, or the gun can be unloaded 1 round at a time via the ejector. Another great touch is the butt pad, very generous and energy absorbing, and it's perfect for the 44 Magnum. Dry fire and my limited live fire have verified that this trigger was a priority. The trigger feels very crisp with a nice pull weight. I'll measure that pull weight in the next installment. The action feels extremely smooth. Cycling the action in a brisk, effortless stroke is simple, and it feels light and consistent. If shooting a lever action gun doesn't bring a smile to your face, then you and I just don't have anything more to talk about. And in the 44 Magnum round, the smooth action and the crisp trigger, I'm grinning like a fool. So based on my first look at the Smith & Wesson Model 1854, I think it's a winner. The hunting aspect is clear, but home defense is also another great application for this gun. And don't think that just because I want to have a great time at the range isn't also a really good reason. This is just an opinion. Thanks much for watching. I'd sure appreciate it if you'd smush that like button and help other people find this video. Questions or suggestions for the follow-up? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you won't miss the follow-up and future reviews. You have an awesome day.